everybody, this is Amy with snowcanyonstitcher. I want to say welcome to my regular subscribers and apologize for being away for so long. I want to welcome anybody new to my channel. Thank you for joining me. This is a channel about mostly cross stitch, where we share our works in progress, which we refer to as whips, and our finishes, which we refer to as FFOs. There's fully finishes and then there's finished finishes. So not any of that right now in this video because I haven't been doing a lot of stitching. But yeah, welcome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all so very much. I received several emails and you guys checking on me. I'm good. I just needed a little, I guess, retreat. Things were just getting a little hectic in the world, and I'm kind of like that. I turn into a recluse. I just need that time to sit back and ask myself, you know, am I doing the right things in my life at this time? And just dealing with emotions and yeah, it's been a tough year, and as I'm sure a lot of you are also going through some hard times, just remember to look forward, not backward. Just keep looking forward. A lot of my emotions from losing family members at the beginning of the year, I think I was pushing them aside to try and be positive, but sometimes we just have to allow those feelings to flow and let them do their own thing and just hold on. But just know that you're not alone in the world, and we are all experiencing it, and we're all hoping for the best, and that's the best we can do, right? So, but I'm thinking that I'm ready to get back to a regular video, maybe not every week to start with, but maybe every 2 weeks, so we'll see how it goes. But I missed you guys too a lot. I thought about you every week when it was time to do my Flosstube, and I felt bad, but at the same time I knew I needed that little bit of time. So thank you for the grace for allowing that. Hopefully I didn't upset anybody. So. But I hadn't done a lot of stitching up until about a week ago. I started back stitching again. Carla was emailing me and showing me stuff, talking about stuff that new pattern releases, and I have been looking at a lot of the new pattern releases. But I started my Ann Tong Upendale, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But it's good to be back. So. Moving forward. So welcome back. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I just needed a little bit of a retreat and just to think about things. And so I did start a pattern, and I feel like there's a lot more that I should talk about at the start of my video, but I guess that's pretty much it, and got through it in like a minute. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're doing well, and so for sure. But yeah, a lot of things that I've been doing is just working in junk journaling, and I've been working on some quilting and just staying busy, for sure, staying busy. Just normal everyday stuff, cleaning and organizing and thinking about Christmas coming up. Can you believe it? Coming up real soon, and you know, every year I think I don't like waiting to the last minute, and so this year for some reason I started in July. I started thinking, you know, I really should start thinking about Christmas and getting ready for that, and so I've just been brainstorming and so that's what's been keeping me busy. A lot of that, taking care of my dog, and I've been trying new recipes, so that's fun. Always. And I've been watching a lot of camping videos. I don't know why. I've never really been a big camper, you know, staying out in woods overnight just never really appealed to me. But the thing that's been luring me in is campfire cooking. And so I found just watching various people that do YouTube videos on camping out overnight or a couple of days in the middle of winter. I don't know why, but I've been finding those very appealing, and they eat good. They make some really amazing meals, and I'm always amazed at all the stuff that they pull out of their backpack. Like, you know, this one guy was like, he had like 3 steaks. He was cooking like 3 steaks on the pan. I'm like, did he have all of that in his backpack? I just don't know how they do it. But anyway, yeah. So I've been doing a lot of campfire cooking watching, and I was telling my husband that you know, I really think it'd be fun to go camping and you know, building a little, like, I don't know, log cabin, not really a log cabin, but like a little cabin, like a little fort is more like it. And I think I've even convinced him to consider buying a piece of land so we can build our own fort and grow our own vegetables and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's a phase thing I'm going through. Like I said, I'm not an outdoorsy kind of person, so who knows. Anyway, I've been doing that too. So I've actually cooked a few things that I've learned about on watching their videos. So anyway, I did start a new pattern. It wasn't new, but I'll go ahead and I'll start. I'll start sharing that because this is a channel about cross stitch. So before I get into, I actually thought I would do a little bit of a whip parade because September's coming up, and that's Samplers September, I think is what people refer to, and that's all I think that's all I ever do is samplers. So I could choose from any of these that I have going and I would be good. So I have a lot of samplers that I need to finish. But the one that I started, I'll go ahead and first I want to share. So I think I had mentioned it earlier in my videos that I want to start restitching some of my blackbird patterns, and one in particular that I decided to restitch, and for whatever reason that I decided to redo them, either I wasn't happy with my finish, I didn't feel like the colors were bright enough or something. But the Light Upon the Lawn is one of my favorite blackbird patterns, and I had stitched this one and turned it into, and the inside of the box is kind of messy, but I was using it as a needle box, but I had stitched it and I had put it on this box, and I mean, it's pretty, I like it and everything, but I just wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with the colors. I didn't stitch it with the called for colors, or did I? I don't think I did. But anyway, that's one that I chose to restart and redo. And I've been working on that one this past week, so fair enough to show you this one. I found a piece of ale from Picture This Plus in my stash that I had started several on. Several patterns, and for whatever reason decided not to finish them. They were just like, maybe I was just testing the fabric. I do that sometimes. I test a fabric to see if I'm gonna like it, but this is how far I've gotten on it. Now I don't know why, but the colors just seem, I know, look how close to the bottom I got, you guys. So I have a plan for that. Look, I think I have like a ½ inch at the bottom, but I do have a plan for that. But I like the colors in this one better. I don't know why. I don't know why they look different. Are you able to see that? Let's see if I can get it straight. So I don't know oh, no? I was thinking it was the blue flowers. Oh, you know what? I didn't even finish this. Look at this. It's not even finished at the bottom. There's like the French knots. I didn't do the French knots on this one. So good deal, good deal. So this one has the French knots. Such a pretty pattern. There's French knots at the bottom. I just love this flower little bouquet. And I was thinking, you know, this would be pretty on a drum, this pattern here. But yeah, that's the one I've been working on this week. And my plan for the bottom is I'm just gonna sew a piece of fabric to that edge so I can stretch it over the board, and it'll be fine. It'll work. It'll be okay. So I wasn't gonna let that deter me. But yeah, that's what I did with that one. I have a couple of other blackbird patterns that I wanna restitch, and I will probably restitch that one again. I love it that much. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever go back and visit patterns that you've stitched and think about restitching them? It's so much fun. I love it. I also have this one that I haven't stitched yet, and I plan on stitching that on the other part of this L that I have. I think that would be a cute companion. I don't know if this is they're part of a series, I think. Anyway, it's Pumpkin Farm. And so, there we go. And so that's on the forefront of my stitching. I probably should put this back in the bag so when I start to stitch, I'm not looking for it and like, what did I do with it? I hope everybody's been doing well. I miss your comments. I miss talking with you guys. Let's see. Okay, so Christmas stitch. I'm also thinking about a Christmas stitch. A couple of things that I have done in the past is this one. I think this is by Cherry Hill Stitchery. I love this, and this is one of my favorite Christmas stitches that I have. I don't have very many. And then I also have this Hello Winter, and I think, I forget, there's several of these. There's the winter, the autumn, but I don't remember the designer. I know who she is. I just can't think of it right now, but I have those two. I wanted to share. There's just a couple of like winter stitches, Christmas stitches that are my favorites, and so I'll probably share those every year because I love those. Okay, so another one I started was my Anton Ufendale by Hands Across the Sea samplers. And one of the reasons that I hadn't started this one is because I was afraid that my fabric wasn't large enough. And, you know, so I got to do some math. I sat down, I was like, because I really wanted to start stitching on it. And I started doing the math and looking at the fabric that I had. And I'm like, you know what? I think this will fit. And so I think it will fit. So I started it. I have, I just knocked stuff off my desk. So I did kind of the same thing with this one when I started it. I started it way too close to the edge over here. So I came back over here on this side and started it again. So that's how far I've gotten. But I just love this. It's so pretty. The fabric that I'm doing this on is called 40 Count Cafe a Lot. It's a fat quarter, and I got it at the Cross Stitch Nook. Oh, I got this a while back, 40 count. But I think it's so pretty. And I didn't buy this for this one. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flowers across the bottom of the sampler, and I already have 4, and I still have that much room. So I'm almost sure this is large enough. And I'm stitching it with the call for silks, Sol Dolce. I think that's how you say them, but I have all those here. And so that I am so happy to get started on that, because I have the sister sampler, but I still have to get the silks and the fabric. Well, I think I have the fabric. I just need to get the silks. I think it would be cool to do them both on the same fabric. Whether that will happen, I don't know. not the same piece of fabric, but the same colors. That way they're matching. And so those are the two that I've been working on like the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm back to stitching again. And so with Samplers September coming up, I was thinking, you know, I really don't want to push myself to try and do too much at once. I think I'm turning out to be a monogamous stitcher, but it just feels better. It just feels better to focus on one at a time. But I do get to a point where, you know, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna stitch on something different. And so I think I'm gonna do that for now, and just, you know, let my feelings or whatever do what they want to do. And so, but these are some samplers that I have that started, and I'm not gonna probably won't show them all, but I will show the ones that are some of my favorites. And this one's Love Abide by Lottie Daw. I started this one, I don't remember when, and I looked for my my cross stitch calendar, and I have it here somewhere. I rearranged my sewing room. I'm gonna share that with you guys a little bit, in a little bit, but I started this one a while ago, and this is how far I've gotten. This is a fun stitch, and I love the colors in this one too. And I think my air conditioners, I'm just stitching it with DMC. Most of the time I stitch with DMC. But I love stitching with silks. This is the first time I ever stitched with silks on that Antong. I absolutely love stitching with silk. So definitely want to build up my supply of silks. Here's this one. I'd forgotten about this one. And did I start this one? Yeah, I did start this one. This is Grateful, Thankful, and Blessed by Brenda Gervais. I think that other pattern that I shared a few minutes ago, this one, this is Brenda Gervais. Hello, Winter. Oh, I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen. So sorry. But Grateful, Thankful, Blessed is another one. There we go. And I just love this one. It is so, so cute. And I did start it, and I'm just stitching with DMC. And it calls for, oh dear. It calls for Wren. That's right. And I couldn't find Wren, because nowhere. I couldn't find Wren anywhere. I'll watch this be Wren. Because I don't give up easily. But this does not look like Wren, but it's a beautiful piece of linen. And I don't have my cross stitch. What did I do with it? I have it here somewhere. It has all of this listed in it, but this is my start. So this is definitely one I would love, love, love to get finished over the holidays. And then this one, this whip, I just need to dig in and do this one. I love this pattern. Absolutely. When it first came out, I was like, oh, I want to do that pattern. And this Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. Yeah, if you haven't noticed yet, I love a lot of Brenda Gervais patterns. She's so talented. And I honestly, I remember when I first started this, I was just woohoo, I was getting it done, and that's where I'm at. For some reason I stopped stitching on it and started stitching on something else, and that's where it's been ever since. But it's not going to take much to get it done. You know, actually maybe I will do this. I will work this. I think I'm going to set, now that I'm sitting here talking about it and looking at it, I think I'm going to make this one that I work on in September, with the goal of getting it finished, because I really think I can do that. So thank you for helping me with that. Another, I think I have several other samplers. Yes, I have Fractor Flowers. which this is more of a summer stitch, and summer's just about over. By La-Di-Da. And if I remember correctly, I really stormed into this one at the beginning of the year, and I've nearly got it finished. It's not going to take much to get that one finished. Isn't that cute? I love the colors in this one too. And I love fracture patterns. And I'm stitching that with DMC. And this fabric is, I don't know. That's a IDK fabric. Oh, if I can find my book, I'll list on the screen what the fabric is. It looks like a 40 count. So when I first started stitching, for some reason, that's all I ever stitched on was 40 count. Now I'm back. I for some reason decided that I wanted to start stitching on 28 and 32. So yeah. But the next one is the famous it's in the Christmas book, Home for the Holidays. This book has a lot of cute patterns in it, like this one that I still want to stitch. But the one that I'm working on is the sampler, and it is the Christmas garden. And I remember thinking, oh, I want to get this one done by Christmas of this year, at the beginning of the year. I did work on it. Oop, got it upside down. I did work on it a little bit, and I'm stitching it in the called for colors. There's only 4 different colors, and my camera's not doing it justice. It's too bright. It's washing out the colors. They're a lot brighter than what is showing up. And not brighter, but the hue is richer than what is showing up in the camera. But you guys, look at that. I didn't realize it, but I'm almost done with this. I really should work on this one and get it done. So maybe I will include that one in September sampler. Yeah. So this one and the winter, I always get that pattern name wrong. Winter Rose Manor. These two, I think this is what I'm going to do for sampler September, alongside what I'm already working on. The Anton Ufendel is one that I can just work on whenever. And then I have my, oh, these are some fun patterns that I worked on that are the holidays coming up. But the other one that I've been working on is this one, Land That I Love by Teresa Coquette. And I'm stitching this on 40 counts. I think it's sterling by Picture This Plus. And this one's another one that I was really getting close to a finish. I just need to do the strawberries in the middle and I'm done. Oh no, I gotta finish the house. That's where I left off. The house there on the left or right, whichever it ends up being. But yeah. And I think I have a few more of the alphabet up top. X, yeah, the YZ. And I think there's numbers too. Let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So I have the X, the Y, the 1, 2, 3. Maybe a few little medallion thingies, and that one would be done. But honestly, I don't know that I will work on this one in September. So, but I definitely will have a goal of getting that one done before July next year. It would be fun to have that one done by next year's July. I'm not saying that I won't work on it, because who knows? I may just because I'm that way. I will just all of a sudden, for whatever reason, decide, you know what? I think I'm going to work on that one. So who knows? These are some patterns that I started last year, and then the holiday went past. What is that in there? Oh, those are some papers that I designed for junk journaling. I don't know why that's in there. That's not good. Where is the photo of this? Here it is. This one I really wanted something to do with the needleworker, and so I bought this by Barbara Anna Designs, and it's Stitchingly Ever After. I don't know if you guys remember this one, but this is a fun stitch. I think I'm stitching this on Affogato. And I also got it from, oh no, this is Platinum, 32 count by Cross Stitch Nook. And this is how far I am with that one. And if I remember correctly, I am just about done with this one too. Isn't that so cute? Sorry I didn't iron any of them. So that's another fun stitch that I want to get finished. I want to hang that one here in my sewing room. I haven't done much stitching in the room that I made for cross stitch. Just haven't done it. So I don't think that I have the room in my sewing room for it all, but I do keep things stored in there. I do, you know what, I stitch mostly in the living room at night watching TV. Another one that I would love to get done, and depending on how far I've got stitched on it. Yeah, oh, you know what, I don't see why I couldn't finish this one by, it's Blue Tree by, this one's by the Primitive Hare. Isn't that so cute? I love this stage they created for this photo. It's so cool. And this is how far I got so far. And I could easily probably finish that one. So let's see, what is this? August, the 1st is coming up, which will start September and then October. So maybe this will be an October stitch. Beginning of October stitch. I'm thinking I could probably get it done by, see, but you want to display that stuff in the month of October, right? So, maybe probably should work on that. Did I show you this one? This is another one that I have that I want to start. I would love to do all the ones in this series. This is by, I think, Jeanette Douglas. I would love to do all the ones in the series, but this is one I would like to start. I have a piece of fabric too. I just, is this done with silks, I wonder? Yeah, Gloriana. So that would be so much fun. I love stitching with silks, you guys. If you've not ever stitched with silks, you gotta try it. Oh, it will change your world. That's it, you guys. That's all the stitching that I am looking at. I do have other whips, but I didn't bring them all. I didn't bring all the stitching down. But those are the ones that I'm focusing on. I did want to figure out what to do for sampler September. So I'm going to work on my Christmas garden, and I'm going to work on my, what was the other one? Oh, Winter Rose Manor. And those will be the two that I work on in sampler September as of old. Okay. So yeah, that's all the stitching. But I did mention, as I mentioned before, I had, I've just really been getting inspired by everybody's quilting. The Fat Quarter Shop, there's so many cute patterns coming out, and you know, a lot of times I like to participate in the Moda, they send out different blocks every year for people. It's like a block challenge. And then like I don't know if it's every week or every day, you do a different block. They give you the pattern, you use your own fabrics. And I usually participate in that, but I didn't this year. But I've just been feeling the quilting bug. And so I have a lot of these Fawns and Porters from back in the day. I used to subscribe to their quilting magazine, and I just have a lot of these that, you know, I don't know why I just never really dug in. And I was trying to find, there's a lot of cute patterns in here. Like, well, the one that I drew my attention in this one was this one here. And it's English paper piecing. This is a better picture of it. It's called Garden Party. and it's the I forget what they call it, Grandma's Garden or whatever. Here, there's a better picture of it. This one is what drew my attention to this one. This is a better picture. I've always wanted to do a Grandma's Garden quilt pattern. So I just really like the way they outlined the blocks. So, and I love the applique. I'm an applique person. So I really love the applique on that. But I did, but the one that I've been working on, I did do some paper piecing. But I didn't, I'm just got bored with it, honestly. So another one that I really inspired to do is, because what I want to do is I want to do all the traditional quilts. That's a goal I've had nearly all my life. My grandmother used to make she was well known for her 8-point star quilt block, so I feel challenged. I really want to do that. But the one that I've been working on is called the Granny Square, and so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna share that with you. I have it up on my wall, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna share that with you now. Okay, so I've got my phone, so I don't have as much light. Sorry, and my sewing room is not completely cleaned up, so forgive me if it's a little bit messy, but let me figure out how to turn this. Am I recording? I am recording. What is this button? Oh, there's got to be a way to turn this around. Okay, I got to turn it off, I guess, because I don't see the button that will let me. Maybe there's a way. I'm still learning my phone. I've had this thing for 3 years now. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry. For some reason, it doesn't give you the option to turn it around. But this is the Granny Square that I've been working on. I was in the quilt store getting fabric for my Bag of the Month Club bags, which, by the way, if you didn't know, I have a Bag of the Month Club. I do 14 by 12 and 15 by 15s. And so, yeah. But I was in the quilt store getting fabric for those this month, and I saw this fabric and I just fell in love with it. I love these color blues and greens. And I thought, so I just got a half yard of each one. And when I made up the first Granny Square, I fell in love with it. I was like, yep, this is one that I definitely want to do. So my goal is, how do you like my quilt board background? I had 3 pieces of poster board, and that's all I'm using. I just put these, I went to the dollar store and I got these poster board thingy majiggies, and I just stuck some tape on the back of them and put them up here, and I've got pins in the blocks. But my ultimate goal is to have a quilt wall with the felt, or actually I was thinking probably the Pellon fusible interfacing would work good. But anyway, I went to the dollar store today and I got 2 more boards, so I still have to put those up. But my goal with this one is, let me back up a little bit here without tripping all over my wires. I'm still in the process of getting my sewing room comfortable. But my goal is, so I have 9 blocks, right? And so my goal is to do 4 rows of 4. Which would make it square, so I probably will do 5 rows. No, I don't know. Maybe I'll do 4 rows of 3, which would mean I'd only need to do 3 more quilt blocks, which is probably what I should do, right? Because it's just gonna be a throw quilt. Just for the fact that as I was looking at the fabric today, I had to go back in and get some more. There's not very much of the fabric left, so I really need to get it done so that I can, because I didn't buy all the fabric at once because I didn't know how much I would need. So so I probably will do 3, 3 rows by 4. Yeah, so that would mean I would only need 3 more blocks. That'll work. So yeah, I have 3 more blocks to make. And what I've been doing is I've just been coordinating the greens and the blues. So like this one, the outside fabric's green, and the outside fabric on this one is blue. And then that one's green. Those two are the same, but here's a green one with the different fabric. And so my goal for the in-between, I want to do, what do they call them? Triangle squares. Oh, I forget the name of it, but it's little diamonds in between. I think that would be cute. In between the border. Maybe have like, I haven't made up my mind yet exactly how I'm going to do it. Whether I want just 1 or 2 in between or do a whole row. But I just think that would be really pretty. I was working on a quilt for my brother, but I quit working on it because the fabric. I went back to get more fabric and there wasn't any. And I'm real bad about doing that. But the thing is, you know, I get this idea for, let me turn this around. I get the idea to do a quilt and, you know, I don't have a pattern. So I don't know how much fabric I'm going to need. And so I try, this is the camera. I try to, you know, I try to guess how much I'll need. But another thing is I just don't know if the color of the fabric is going to work out. So I just don't buy a whole bunch at first. And then, you know, it takes me a little while to work on it. And then by the time I get back to the quilt store, the fabric's gone. So, but with this one, I've really enjoyed working, and a lot of times I will use fabric in my stash, right? Because that's the one thing, I have so much fabric that I want to use up. And, but I've really enjoyed this. This was new fabric I just went and bought, so I feel like that's the direction I'm leading to, so. But I'm just, my sewing is kind of a mess, but I'm gonna just kind of scan around and let you see my work area. So this is my Juki. This is where I do most of my sewing, like for my bags and stuff like that. And this is my makeshift ironing board, which I'm planning on changing this out, just because it just looks junky. I'm thinking I'm looking for a Chester drawer so that I can turn into an ironing board. And then that way a lot of this stuff, like fabrics and stuff, I can put down in a drawer. I just don't really like it being out. And it's not organized right now, as you can see, because I go through it and then I have reorganized it and put it in by color, and then I'll pull it out and start working with it. But there's my little thread jar that needs to be organized. And then this is my cutting table, my makeshift cutting table that I use. And so my goal with this one is the same. I want to get rid of these black unit shelves. I did the whole IKEA idea thing, and it just, it was so bulky. And so that's my workhorse over in the corner, my other Juki, and that will sew through leather. I haven't done much sewing on it. I bought that one to make handbags, and I just really haven't had a lot of time to really work on it, but I will one of these days. And then that's my sapphire over in the corner. So my goal is I'm thinking about just getting a large table, and sinking my sewing machines down in the 2 corners, or the 1 corner, and then that way I'll have a table for my cutting board, and that way I can move these bulky shelves out. So, but that's my goal. And these are like all my quilting books and stuff, but it's really junky right now because I haven't cleaned up. I just rearranged my sewing room, but it's still in the works. And so, but this is where my focus has been, my scrapbooking, and I have a lot of stuff over here that I've been working on. There's a lot of my junk journaling there, and so, and then my desk. And this room, I love this room. My husband had it done for me, and so I just really have been enjoying it. Okay, is this my camera? No, that's good. So yeah, that's, you know, I've really been enjoying the sewing room, and you know, it's taking me a little while to get organized, and because it's work. It's work to get organized and figure out what works for your style, you know, of working. And so, you know, production is everything when it comes to getting things done. And so a lot of times you have to tailor to your style of work to get organized. And it's taken me a while, you know, just to sit down and think about it. But I think that that's going to work for me. I do look on Pinterest for ideas, but you know, a lot of those are like showroom type things, and you know, while they all look really cool and everything, like the IKEA thing, you know, it's a great idea. It's inexpensive. It doesn't take long to put it together. It's not my style. So, but anyway, a couple of things that I wanted to share, and then I'm gonna close out my video, you guys. It's so good to be back. But another little thing that I've been really doing a lot of is mixed media, and I love miniatures. Not all miniatures, but there's some things that are so cute. And I think I was really surprised. I was looking on Instagram the other day, and I'm going to think of her name now. I'm terrible with names. She's a designer. She just moved to Idaho, but she had shared her friend's miniature knitting and stuff. Maybe you saw that post, but I've really been getting into that. But one of the things that I did recently with mixed media is I had made this box, and I made these little flowers out of clay and then glued them on the box. And this book, it's made out of wood. I just cut, you know, little pieces of craft wood. And so that was fun. That's all I did to it because I was over it. But I was in the dollar store today and found this. And so I'm thinking about doing a little miniature Christmas. Like you can see on here how they've got they just put like greenery in there with some lights. But what I think it would be cute would be like maybe a chimney, build a little chimney, and like put some little stockings on the chimney, and you know, run some lights in there. But that's just something else that I've just been interested in, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I don't know, maybe some of you guys work like doing miniatures or collecting miniatures. It's so much fun. I'm going to share, if I can find them, I'll share a couple of photos of miniatures for the Halloween that I just adore. I think would be a lot of fun to make. The thing is like with this box, when I get it done, turn my camera. The thing is when I exploring mixed media, it doesn't turn out the way I envision it. I don't give up. I'm just like over it. I don't finish it. I was like, okay, now I know what to do better next time. I should finish it, I guess. My husband really likes this. So I should finish it and give it to him. But that's the thing, you know, I'm at a phase of life where I just don't want to store up a whole bunch of extra stuff. And so that's another thing that I've just been doing, just going through and cleaning out stuff that, you know I haven't used it in years and probably won't use it. So what's the use in hanging on to it? But like my little figurines and stuff that are sentimental, I hold on to those. So, but with him, I know every time I give him something, he hoards it. And so, you know, a lot of times I'll make something and I won't even show it to him because I know he's gonna say, I want that. So, but anyway, that was kind of long-winded. I hope you guys are all doing good. It's good to be back. I'm glad to be here. And I hope to be doing more videos. So I usually don't film during the day. I film at night, and it's nighttime. And so I thought what I would do, like this is a different style video. Like I just shared my sewing room and stuff. So I'm gonna title videos that are like this, Up Late with Amy. Sorry about that, but I'm gonna whenever you see my video title is Up Late with Amy, then you'll know it's kind of the style video where I just share a little bit of my life and stuff like that. And so there's a motive in my madness. I think it helps to connect with others that way, you know, and so I kind of let your hair down, but yeah, so, but you know, if I do a floss tube during the day, a normal floss tube, then it won't have the title of Late with Amy. So anyway, I'm dorky, what can I say? But I hope you guys are all doing well. And if you like this video, if you would, please give me a like. No big deal if you don't. You know, whatever. It's just the thing to say, right, in your video. But I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'm so sorry for going for so long and not posting anything. I don't have any bags to give away. I haven't made any, but I will be doing that again. So I just got to get back into the groove of things, and I will be doing that soon. So, but I really appreciate you. I hope you're all doing well. And with that, I think I will close out my video. All right, you guys have a good night, good day, good week. Hope you get some good stitching time in. Stay well and be safe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Okay, and you'll also probably see me on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's snowcanyonstitcher on Instagram. Also thinking about starting a Facebook page. I think I had one at one time and something happened. I'm just not really good at, you know, maintaining all those things, but I'm definitely on Instagram for sure. That one works well for me, so I've been able to hold on to that. So, but okay, I'm gonna close out my video now. Thank you so much and take care. Okay, see ya.